So, page 3, visit the line of best fit starting on number 16. So first you're going to calculate the slope, find out what that equals. That's that m equals formula. Now you can choose any 2 points you want, but there's some that are better choices than the other. Find the y-intercept, right? That's just going to be by looking at the line of best fit. In this case, we can see the y-intercept is 14. So that one's kind of easy. And then the line of best fit, the equation, of course, we're talking about in slope-intercept form, so that's y equals mx plus b, of which we already know the b is 14. So at this point, we're really just trying to figure out, well, what is the slope equal? And you know what that is. So as soon as we get that answer here, we can do that. So what points do you want to use for the slope? What two are pretty close or on the line? Okay. Well, we already said one of them, 0, 14. That's probably a good point to use. And then either here or here. One of those two would probably be your next best. So it doesn't matter which one we pick. This will be the, what, 13, comma 1 maybe? Right? And put those into our formula. Y's are on top, X is on the bottom. Remember, this is X, Y, and X, Y, always alphabetical. Second? Oh, 11, yeah. Mary? 13. Oh, is that 12? 12 comma 1 then. Okay. Alright, 12 comma 1. There we go. Better? Yeah. Okay. So y's on top. We're going to have 14 minus 1. 0 and 12. So 13 over negative 12. Which is approximately, I'm going to say, negative 1.1. 12 over 12 would be negative 1, so 13 over 12, a little bit bigger. So our equation is now y equals negative 1.1 x plus 14. Now it's a negative relationship, which means one's going up, one's going down. That fits the lines. It's going down here. So negative will go down. That's good. What's the relationship between the hours spent watching TV per week and hours spent exercising? So how would you describe that in words? What would you say? Something like this, the more hours spent watching TV, the less hours are spent working out. Something like that. Which makes sense. Unless you're watching a workout video, you're probably not working out while you're sitting there watching TV. Okay. Not too bad. Alright, let's go down to a little review of what we just did. 3 to the negative 4 power. Remember, negative means fraction, not negative number. Bigger. So 3 to the 4 means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is 81. So 3 to the negative 4 just is going to be 1 over 81. Yeah. Your answer would be 1 over 81. If you prefer, you can break it up how we did before to 3 to the 4th to the negative 1. So you know to do, well, 3 to the 4th is 81, and 81 to the negative 1 is 1 over 81. Either way. Break it up into smaller pieces. Number 18 is what times itself 3 times? 1, 2, 3. right, equals 8. What would that be? 2, 2, 2, 2 times 2 times 2. And the other part would be x to the 12th. So what would that be? X to the what? 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. So your answer is 2x to the 4th. What times itself 3 times is 8x to the 12th, 2x to the 4th times 2x to the 4th times 2x. You got to remember to add the exponents, not multiply. Even though we're multiplying here, you add the exponents when you're multiplying. Exponents are a little different. Good, good. 27, break that up into smaller pieces. Each of these numbers is something different. So we're going to do one at a time. So to the 1/3, and then square it. I just broke up the 2 over 3 to 1/3 and a 2. So 27 to the 1/3, what's the cube root of 27? 3. Right? 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and that squared equals 9. When you break it up into smaller pieces, it's a little bit easier. 64 to the 1/2 is the same as square root of 64, which is 8. Got it? So square root and 1/2 are the same. Cube root and 1/3 are the same. Moving on. What times itself 4 times is 81? 3. What times itself 3 times is 27? 3. What times itself 2 times is 36? Add them up. 12. All right, we got C here. We're going to multiply it, and then we have exponents. Should we multiply first or do the exponent first? Exponent first. A few of you missed this on the test because you wanted to multiply instead of doing the exponent first. So always expand it out. The first part is going to stay the same. That second one I'm going to expand out. I'm just going to write the long way. It's 2x to the 4, 2x, again, y to the 4th, 2x, y to the 4th. There's 2 of them. That's why I have 2. So now we have all multiplication. Now we can multiply everything. So negative 3 times 2 times 2, negative 12. And yeah, right. X to the second, x to the first, x to the first, x to the 4. 2 plus 1 plus 1, right? These are 1s. And then 1 plus 4 plus 4, 9, y of 9. There you go. Piece by piece, one thing at a time. So I did the numbers, wrote the answer down for the numbers, did the x's. Do one thing at a time. Makes it easier. 23. 2 to the 3rd times 2 to the 3rd times x. Okay. We could write this out. That's 2 to the 3rd. That's the first one. And then 2 to the 3rd times x. That's this one. Just expanding it out. The bottom is going to be this. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, x, and x. And then from there, you just have to cancel out whatever's the same on the top and bottom. Equals 1. All these equal 1. So you're left with a 2 over x. Now that took about a minute to do, and that's the long way. So ask yourself, if you're speeding through this, not writing anything down, and then getting it wrong, is it really worth it? This is the long way, and look how fast it is. Write it out. All right, negative exponents on number 24, so we know to move those. I'm going to move the c to the negative 1 to the bottom. I'm going to move the a to the negative 3 to the top. So if I'm going to rewrite this, I'll have a to the second, a to the positive 3 now. Okay. I'll move that to the top. I'll move that to the bottom. So I'm going to have, let's see, the b to the positive 7, that just stays there. And the c, that just stays there, that one. But then the c to the negative 1 will move to the bottom. So what you see here is just the two negatives moving. And the black is what stayed the same. Didn't move at all. And then just simplify. If you have 2 a's here and 3 a's here, how many a's altogether? 5. And if you have b to the 7th, that doesn't change. Oh, wait a minute, there's a b to the 5th on top. Nobody said that. All right. So if there's 5 on top, 7 on the bottom, these 5 will cancel out with 5 of these, leaving 2 left over. And now we have 2 C's. There we go. Almost missed that. Okay. So again, negative exponents. Are these negative numbers? Is the answer negative? No, right? So we're not going to have any phantom negatives showing up. Negative exponents just mean they're fractions and they move. Okay. A few more. Okay. So these are like smaller problems than you're multiplying. Just treat these like 2 separate problems and then multiply their answer together. So think of it as 25a, 25b. So what times itself 4 times is x to the 4th? Yeah, x times x times x times x is x to the 4th. What times itself 2 times? There's no number here, so it's the square root automatically. What times itself 2 times is 25? 5. What times itself 2 times is x to the 8th?
4.
X to the 4th. 4 plus 4. Right? And then multiply those two together, you get 5x to the 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. 26. What's 1/2 times 6? Half of 6 is? 3. And what times itself 3 times is 64? 4. And what times itself 3 times is x to the 3rd? We'll pretend that this is an n, by the way, just so that they're the same. So we'll say n, and then if you multiply these together, you get 4n to the 4th. I just made variables the same, so we have things combining here. Okay. Not too bad. So how I'm expressing this and saying this out loud, that's what you want to be thinking. What times itself 4 times equals this? What times itself 2 times equals this? What times itself 2 times? Just one thing at a time. You'll get better at it. Okay, go down the bottom. Just simplify these together. Okay, like terms. Same variable, same exponent. A squareds. You have 5 here, you have 1 here. Altogether you have 6 of them. You have 1ab here. You take away 1ab here. There's 0. You don't have any. You have a negative 11b squared. You have one more negative b squared. Altogether you have 12b squared. Let me just do one more.
Number 26, there's x, not another n.
Okay. Let me do 30. We're out of time here. Just remember to distribute that negative. Alright, so negative times negative is positive. Negative times negative. Or negative times positive, negative. And negative times negative, 2c squared. Notice how I re-changed the order so it matches up. So we get 3c squared minus 3c plus 2. So the vertical does work nice here if you use that.